Down to Earth Network with your host, Sean Myrie. So recently, Jay Z, Mr. Jay Z, because everybody's going crazy over this guy, he finally breaks his silence, right? Finally breaking his silence and talking about a lot of stuff, right? Talking about, um, you know, Drake, Kendrick beef, talking about his DNA, whatever fraternity, whatever the test, talking about grape allegations, right? So let's see what Mr. Hove was talking. Mr. Hove is talking. So it says Jay Z opens up about emotional toll of facing grape allegations, right? The lawsuit against Jay Z was dismissed with prejudice preventing a refiling, and he remains focused on fatherhood. Despite not releasing new music in 2017, Jay Z is set to perform at the Roots Picnic. I heard about that. That was announced a couple days ago. So Jay Z finally breaks his silence. He finally breaks his silence. Jay Z is opened up about one of his darkest moments of his life. The New York born rapper was turned upside down in 2024 when allegations of rape were revealed against him and Diddy. Surprisingly, he discussed that in a recent interview. That's big. He admits that all the accusations and things people were saying about him at the time got the best of him, and I haven't been that angry in a long time. Uncontrollable anger. So he was very mad, especially about the Epstein allegations. He was very mad, right? Said Jay Z. When his name came out as one of the accused, Jay Z denied allegations, claiming it's blackmail. So he finally had an interview, GQ, I think GQ magazine. Finally, Jay Z talked. He talked about the grape allegations, and you remember Epstein stuff was being brought up. He talked about the Drake Kendrick beef too. So Amir thought that some people believe Jay Z was capable of grape did a number one on him. In an interview for April's cover of GQ, he shared just how damaging all the speculation around him was for him personally. At a time, I was really heartbroken by everything that occurred. He admitted everything happened so fast for him at the time and it hit him so hard. He's talking about the Diddy stuff. He's talking about when Diddy was going through his thing, how they start bringing up his name. While it didn't feel good to hear his name being tarnished, he said that he remained confident he'd walk away from that and be okay. The lawsuit against him was eventually dismissed with prejudice preventing a refiling. The suit was dismissed without a settlement. Good. He doesn't want to settle nothing. In addition to the emotional lawsuit, the Empire State of Mind single discussed fatherhood. He explained that his three kids mean everything to him. Okay, for him. They are the ones who put everything in perspective. While Jay Z hasn't released any new album since 2017, it's been that long. Damn. He doesn't have an upcoming. He does have an upcoming performance next month. Okay, he will be performing at the Roots Picnic in Philadelphia, May 30th. On May 30th, that's May 30th. So he came out, and this is what's viral. This is what's the biggest news. This is more important than anything what's going on in the world right now. Jay Z. So this is an example of what they do. Jay Z on refusing to settle sexual assault lawsuit. I cannot do it. I would die. So he wasn't into settling nothing. Jay Z had a okay. So Jay Z has spoken about his recent sexual assault lawsuit in a new interview. Okay, so the suit alleged that Jay Z and P. Diddy Combs raped a 13-year-old girl at a party in 2000. Combs and Jay Z denied all allegations after the lawsuit was filed in late 2024. The case voluntarily dismissed in February 2025. His wife must have been angry. That's why this guy says it took a big toll on him. Beyonce, Queen B, wasn't happy. It was hard, Jay Z told GQ, really hard. I was heartbroken. We're in a space now where you almost like it's almost like consequences is not thought about enough because everything is so instant, you know what I'm saying? The rapper continued, I was angry. I haven't been that angry in a long time. Uncontrollable anger. So that means he was pissed. You don't put that on someone. That's a thing you better be super sure about. That's like the Drake thing, right? You don't put that on somebody. That's a thing you better be super sure about. It used to be like that. You had to be super sure before you put those kinds of things on a person. That's true. In a lengthy 4 hour conversation, so he was talking for 4 hours. Holy, he had a lot on his mind. Jay-Z explained why he chose to fight the lawsuit rather than settle with Jane Doe, because it would make him look guilty. I can't take a settlement, it ain't in my DNA, he said. First of all, first I had to tell my wife, let's back up. I know the weight that this is going to bring on our family. I cannot do it. I would die. So it's because his wife. If I settle, it would have been cheaper. Yes, cheaper, quicker move with your life. I knew what was coming. I wasn't naive. I called again after my family and my partners. What? They were like, "What do you need? What do you need to help? Don't even worry." In a phone call, not even a what? So he was very stressed about this. Jay Z was very stressed, emotional about this. It seems that his wife, Queen B, she was, feeling it. He was feeling it. Salute Jonathan Thompson. His wife was feeling all this pressure because she watches social media, right? He refused to settle any lawsuit. He wasn't going to do that. 4 hour interview. That is pretty long. A 4 hour interview this guy took. He talked a lot, right? Speaking on publicly the first time, Jay said the ordeal took a lot of him and made him angrier than he's been in a long time. Okay. Hmm. Speaking on it publicly in the first time. Okay, so he said he continued. You don't put that on somebody. He was just angry about that shit, and that's why he wasn't going to pay anything. He wasn't going to pay anything to anybody who was claiming that he done something wrong in that case with some underage girl. He helped fight that case, in which Diddy, it kind of helped Diddy's situation. Diddy didn't get charged for that, so he's talking a lot about things. People are asking a 4 hour interview. That's big. So it says Jay Z, he had tears coming down seeing daughter Blue Ivy 14 wear jersey with his name in the school. Okay, yeah. So he's talking about all this personal shit, right? Jay Z reflects on facing, yeah, the civil lawsuit. Jay Z was dismissed with, okay, what else? When Jay Z was going through tough moments in his life, like, yeah. So he was going through it tough. He claims it hurt him and his family. All of this hurt him and Queen B. It probably could have almost broken them up, right? I'm still dealing with it because that's a horrible thing to put on someone. The dad of three shared. It was like releasing the night of my daughter's movie premiere. Ooh, all that came out. At the December 9th, 2024 premiere in Los Angeles, Jay-Z still joined Beyonce and her mom Knowles to support Blue Ivy's at her premiere. Of course, that's a question because it is her moment, but our family, we are a tight unit, Jay-Z said, of deciding whether or not to attend the premiere. Yeah. So he was feeling it. There's enough. Jay Z was stressed and angry at all of this social media stuff coming at him. They had Jaguar Wright talking. She talks a lot. And she's been the major person talking a lot, claiming Jay Z's part of a cult. Jay Z done this to her. Jay Z done this to all these people. Jay Z's in Epstein files. Beyonce's in Epstein files. Jay Z's been on the Epstein Island. All these things. But this story, like I'm saying, does it really matter? The only reason people are talking about it because he hasn't talked in a long time, right? That's the only reason, and it helps. Like I said, a filtration. This helps. It helps talking about Jay Z. It's blocking out the war. This is a distraction. This whole Jay Z thing. Because yes, everybody wants to see Jay-Z come out and speak. They want to see new music. He's gonna be performing, and now he's talking about his whole life. How Jaguar Wright knows so much? I don't know. I don't know. You know what I noticed? The people who have beef with Jay-Z, it's a money issue. I notice all the people who have beef with Jay-Z is a money issue because um, what's her name? Nicki Minaj. She's angry at Jay-Z for not giving her a check from the that streaming label he had. She said that he owed her 100 million, right? And now Jaguar Wright is because she was working for him at certain times and she didn't get money or some type of financial stuff for whatever she claims. So both females are the ones who's been doing a campaign against Jay, right? They've been doing a campaign against Jay, both these females. And there's more people, right? He's with Beyonce. So he has haters. Jay-Z has haters because he's with Beyonce, right? Um, like I was saying, this is part of the distraction from the war and what's going on in America with ICE and stuff. So he's talked about the beef with Drake. Like people wanted to know his opinions about the Drake and the Kendrick beef. He thought the personal stuff, what Kendrick and Drake was doing, wasn't good. No, and he thinks battling should be taken out of it. Like he thinks hip hop has gone to a certain level that battling should be gone. I don't know about that. Battling, that's part of the culture. So he doesn't want. It's like people don't want to be in the culture anymore, right? All of a sudden, when you're so successful, oh, no more battling. Battling is part of the culture, especially people who are coming up. They want to show something. You were battling Jay-Z. For you to say this is kind of, I don't know what you're trying to say, and he knows people are going to talk about it. Why are you saying like take battling out? If you came up like this and so much other people came up like this, it's only because people are exposing people more. He says he didn't agree with the Drake and the Kendrick stuff, to bringing up people's names. You kind of agree? Well, they do have a battle league, or make the rules to the of engagement for hip hop battling, like no suing, right? No suing because they people been dissing people from the beginning of the culture. They've been dissing people. So just because he's Jay-Z and he's so big doesn't mean that we all have to listen to him. I could agree with certain things, but he's saying, okay, personal stuff, yeah, leave the children out of it. I leave the children out of it, right? Just leave the children out of it and it'll be good. But so far, the children's been brought up in a lot of beefs. So Jay Z's claiming maybe let's go away from that, but he's successful. So a lot of people don't want to hear that. He's a billionaire almost. They don't want to hear that. But he put his opinions out on that, and he was comparing his beef with Nas. He's saying these guys really have beef, and it's true. Drake and Kendrick really do have a real beef. They really don't like each other for some time. That's what Jay put out. Jay has the info. He's saying these guys really don't like each other. Referring to him and Nas, how him and Nas maybe had some disagreements, but they're friends now. Look on that. Are not the best of friends, but those guys are talking good now, right? They're speaking good about each other. So can't believe all the hype, but his opinions are out there about the culture, saying he believes the battling stuff should disappear. I don't know about that. I think you need the battling back, real hip hop, to show who has skills because there's a lot of garbage that's been around for a while and is accepted in the industry because of money, right? People use money as a skill, not actually their wordplay. That's not a skill anymore. It's money. As long as you have money, you are the best. That's not it. But like I'm saying, this interview was 4 hours. I can't. Jay Z had a lot on his head. A 4 hour interview. I know you can interview somebody for an hour, maybe 2 hours, but he had the patience to sit down and talk for 4 hours. And I'm gonna give Jay-Z this. He talked to an unknown. I'm gonna be straight up. He's smart. He's talking to an unknown, so they will be big. Don't you see? He didn't go to academics. He didn't go to Joe Budden. He didn't go to any podcast. What you know about? He went to this guy who I have no idea, right? Who he is. I don't know. I don't know if it's GQ magazine, if it's somebody from that, but no idea who he is. Right? People, please subscribe, like, comment, all that good stuff. He went to some type of platform no one knows about, or the guy who interviews. No one knows about who that guy is. Right? So he's making that guy big. Whoever that individual who interviewed him right now has a big career now. A big career, a big resume. Everybody wants to interview that guy now who interviewed Jay, because Jay hasn't talked and came out in a long time, and he's expressed himself to this guy. So he chose this guy. Who, remember, this is like he's putting energy into this guy. For him to interview for 4 hours, gone to be World War III to beefing going on in rap. Yes. See, at least you see it, man. You got a lot of sense, Prince, man. You see the distraction? I was saying this is a weapon, what they're using. This is a weapon they're using. It's bad, man. Because they know, like, for example, a lot of black Americans and a lot of Americans, period, they don't like the war. So now you put out this algorithm, Jay-Z's talking, all of a sudden, you never heard Jay-Z speak for a long time. Oh, Lee, he's speaking 4 hours. Damn, I got to check out 4 hours of content. They're going to chop that up, and then that's going to get the views. Of course, they'll get the views, right? And then the stuff what's going on with the ICE in the airports and the war stuff of Trump giving up is not going to be front page anymore. You see the strategy, what they're doing? I like Jay-Z. I like his music. I want to hear him talk. Of course, it got me. People are searching. What else is Jay saying? Jay-Z's talking about hip hop. Jay-Z's talking about Drake. Jay-Z's talking about Kendrick. Jay-Z's talking about the industry. Damn, what else is he saying? That's what's getting people. But that's true. Listen, I told you guys, right? I'm not the best, but I've already documented this through streams already, right? Whoever's been with me through these streams, correct me if I did not say this was happening. Didn't I say they would put out these distractions? They've done it. There's other stories they have done. It didn't work. It did not work. It just came and it went. But this Jay-Z thing, powerful, I have to admit, man. It is powerful what he's saying, man. It's like they said, Jay, we gave you the NFL, right? You got in, so now you got to do something for us, man. You got to do something for us. Trump, I'm talking. Start talking. Do a show. He's going to do 2 shows coming up. Everybody been waiting for Jay to talk. He's talking about the test of that guy who was claiming he's his son. He's talking about the grape allegations from women, right? With P. Diddy. That's huge. He's talking about, they're asking him questions, when will he drop a new album? That's big. So they got people, man. Especially a lot of my own people, I would say, are not my own people, black people. He got you. And you know what? Yesterday when I was talking, and yo, you could call me a conspiracy theorist and shit. I done 4 streams, trying to do 4 streams. They knocked me out. Right? Now it's Tuesday, which I'm going to make people learn a lesson, and I'm going to be on stream later tonight too, all through the week just because of this. And I was talking about the real updates, the war report about Trump, and that shit got locked down. But I know what to do now. I know what to do. I know what it was. You get what I'm saying? So this distraction, especially for America, 5 days rest, right? I'm talking about Jay-Z, but he's part of this 5 days rest. It gives 5 days for you guys to be feeding off of Jay-Z content. 4 hours of content. Take that in. No one ever heard do 4 hours interview. A 4 hour interview so they could distract you. This is the distraction. Him talking in an interview. Haven't said anything. Everybody wants to hear Jay-Z speak about the allegations. They all want to hear Jay-Z speak about the allegations, about the grape allegations. They all want to hear what, yo, he's talking about Drake. Shit, he's talking about Kendrick. Damn. Why didn't Drake do the Super Bowl? Is it because you have beef with him? No, he said no. So everybody's checking that interview is gonna go millions, right? The interview is gonna go into the millions. It's gonna be a historic interview. That guy who interviewed him is gonna be a star now. Much respect, wellness. Now that guy's gonna be a star. That guy. Who I gotta look him up. I'm gonna look this guy up. Soon every Tom, Dick, and Harry is gonna want to interview him. Right? Correct me if I'm wrong. That's what's going to happen. Right now, people are on YouTube as I speak. While I'm speaking, they're looking up Jay-Z. What is Jay-Z saying? There's going to be all this different stories. Conspiracy. Oh, shit. Is it a conspiracy what I'm saying? I'm saying the truth? That this is a distraction? This is a distraction from the ICE agents, what they're doing now. And I warned people probably months ago, what their tactics, what they're going to do. You don't hear nothing about what's going on in Minnesota anymore. That's finished. You don't hear nothing about the assassinations on Trump, the guys who were involved. They're not talking about that. That's not viral, right? There was an accident, what happened with a plane the other day, a big accident. They're talking about it, but this is overshining. I know for a fact this is the biggest algorithm right now, right? This is the biggest algorithm as I speak. Nothing's bigger than it. Nothing's bigger than this algorithm, the Jay-Z algorithm. Everybody's excited about Jay talking. Everybody's excited. Jay-Z is speaking. Jay-Z is speaking. Whoa. Yes. I had a feeling he was going to talk because the two concerts he announced. But he's saying how he was hurt. Oh, Jay-Z was hurt because of these allegations. Oh, the Epstein stuff. They were bringing that up. Jaguar Wright talking about Jay-Z. Every Tom, Dick, and Harry was talking about Jay-Z being part of Epstein files. I done an episode on that shit. Done pretty good when I was talking about Jay-Z and the Epstein files, right? Already been talking, this was a while ago, and saying, yo, he ain't part of this shit. I said he ain't part of none of that. That's my opinion. I'm saying this is all of distraction. I've been saying this already months ago. I said it months ago. If I go back to that episode, right, and just listen, right, because I already know. It already predicted all of this, what's going to happen. It predicted all of this shit. And it's bad because they're playing with they could try to play with me, but I see through it. But they're playing with the American people, right? Now, what is Jay-Z speaking about? Is he going to talk about Trump? For 4 hour interview, they asked them about a lot of stuff. I want to know the politic part. Maybe they might edit that part out and cut it out. He don't want to frig around talking about Trump. Now, if they ask him about Trump, is he going to support Trump or is he going to talk against Trump? Because that's a big political question. Even Drake, that question Drake wants to run away from. He doesn't even want to talk about this war, what's going on. So that's why I'm saying this whole Jay-Z thing is a distraction, right? It's Tuesday. I'm live and direct. People, please subscribe. Like I said, they done a filtering process last night, right? And I'm live early in the day. It's about 1:35. And for sure, I'll be going live later again also to update things what's coming up because I seen what they're doing yesterday to me, man. They were playing with me. They were playing with me, but I've got around their whole game, right? I'm live right now. They ain't playing. right? The algorithm is not that big now, but I know tonight, later on, it will be even bigger, right? They're gonna flood the internet with this whole shit. I said it's a filtration system. When I'm talking about filtration system, is the media they allow to get the front pages. And now Jay-Z takes over everything. You go on YouTube, Jay-Z, Jay-Z, Jay-Z. You go on Instagram, Jay-Z, Jay-Z, Jay-Z until you're sick. So the whole thing now with the war takes another, like, it's still big, but it's gonna take kind of get shoved a little bit. It's like, say, fuck, I don't want to. Everybody saying, oh, damn, I don't want to hear about the war. Not everybody. They still want to hear about the war. But a percentage now, they want to steer away a certain population from it to go back to this hip hop stuff. Now people are going to criticize Jay. Jay was talking about it. Now people are going to criticize Jay. They're going to pick him apart. One thing I have to pick apart is the whole thing about the battling stuff, saying stop the battling. No, no, no. You can't stop the battling, Jay. You cannot stop the battling. I'm sorry. That's not going to work, Jay-Z. No one's going to listen to that. It's helping people get attention. It's helping people actually like T.I., even though T.I. looks like an idiot. But it's helping T.I. and his boys get attention. It's helping certain people get attention. Um, they want that Drake stimulus package or something. Like by dissing somebody, it puts you on, gives you more spotlight, makes you get more streams. Your algorithm grows 100%. It grows, the algorithm grows. So now Jay-Z, like I'm saying, he's talking 4 hours. I can't believe this shit. So he was saying now, what did he say? What did he say now? Because he's talking a lot. He said in his interview in a while, the rapper 56? Damn, he's 56 years old, yo. I didn't even know that. Spoke with GQ about the 2024 lawsuit in which he was accused of raping a 13-year-old girl 25 years ago, along with Sean Diddy Combs. Jay-Z, born Sean Carter, denied the allegations and the civil lawsuit was voluntarily dismissed. Yeah, we know that. You know that he went through a lot because there was a guy claiming that he was Jay-Z's son. That too he won. They played themselves trying to shut down the truth. Yeah, man. Listen, I should do a documentary of myself and my people about what's been going on. When people used to say, oh, you guys are crazy, conspiracy theorists and shit, now everybody's coming on our bandwagon, right? And I seen it even on the internet. Like, it's only maybe the individual like myself witnesses it, but yo, the powers that be, we know they are watching. And when you hit an algorithm, they're scared, and then they're trying. Right now, they're trying to filter me out. Right now, they're trying to filter me out. Right. When I first started to get the algorithm, how I had to do it is how it works now. I had to go late, right? Yeah, he's 56. I had to go late, like 11 o'clock. It still works. But, some people don't want to go 11. It's pretty, like, the streamer himself. But I had to go late, and that's how it started to grow, right? But now they've been seeing, oh shit, damn, things are going out. Information, people are watching, people are seeing. Now let's do the filtration shit. Right? Let's start fucking up this man's lives. The other yesterday when I was talking, I'm gonna tell you because I'm talking about Jay-Z still. When I was talking, they cut off the sound. They cut the sound off. Like 2 or 3 times, people were saying they couldn't hear me. Who's that? That's not me. That's not my internet. Internet is working perfectly. That was YouTube or somebody behind the scenes. That wasn't me, right? I was doing all types of tests. That was YouTube. So this thing now, like I'm saying, Jay-Z now is just a way, a tool to friggin' fool you guys, man. It's a tool. You ain't getting me. I'll look up Jay-Z's interview. I'll listen to it and shit like that. But it ain't catching me. I'm still gonna be looking beyond this, right? He is not saying anything I'm surprised he would not say, Jay-Z. He's not saying nothing that, oh, frig, I'm surprised. It's changing the world. Yeah, he's 56. I got to say that. Damn, he's 56. He's at my older brother's age, man. He's almost 60 years old. So wait, when he came out, it was what, 2000? Yeah, he was about 26, 27 years old when he came out, right? But yeah, this is the biggest thing right now. That's why when there's a story like this, and a content maker like Mizan, it's like a gamble. It's either you get the high views or might get the low views because too much people are talking about it. There's so much people talking about Jay-Z, 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 Jay-Z. That's constantly going on right now. So it's to get in your brain to forget about all the rest of the shit. And this is perfect. They always use hip hop. They always use friggin' hip hop because they know hip hop is a thing with, like, controversy and beefs. You know who's the director of this? Part of the direction of this? And we don't know undercoverly. Guess who? Guess who's behind a lot of this shit? To kind of make this go promote. You guys will never believe. You probably think I'm crazy. Guess who it is? Nicki Minaj. Nicki Minaj. Now you know what's going to happen. Nicki Minaj is going to come out speaking. This is kind of, dangerous. I don't know if he spoke about Nicki Minaj, responded to Nicki Minaj in this interview, but if he did, or even if he doesn't, guaranteed Nicki Minaj is going to talk. And if she talks, she could say whatever she wants because she got Donald Trump with her. Right? So this is a good thing, probably saying, yo, Donald, this is actually a good thing with this Jay-Z interview. This is a good thing that he's talking. Already been talking. Yeah, she's been talking, but now she's going to re-talk. So she likes Spotlight. She's going to come out now. Jaguar right now well, she's locked up. She's not in a good situation right now. But I mean, now all his enemies are going to be talking now all of a sudden. Jay-Z felt hurt. Jay-Z was hurt because of what was going on, right? He was very hurt. That's what they're claiming. Jay-Z was hurt, emotional. He's basically telling you him and his wife was having problems because of the allegations. Him and his wife was having problems because of the allegations. He's basically telling us that. Nicki Minaj is saying all types of nasty stuff about them. I never heard her getting sued or anything like that. Nicki Minaj is saying a whole bunch of stuff. She made sure she threw herself with the president, with Donald Trump, right? She made sure she was in that circle. But damn, man, I called it. I know I've called it. And this, I could read all the shit I want about Jay-Z's recent interview, but doesn't matter. What is this helping American people? Is this going to help, stop this whole damn war and shit what Trump is doing? We need people. Okay, you know what would be big? If Jay-Z came out and he was calling out Trump. That's big. But he knows he doesn't want his money to be played with. That would be big. If he came out and talked against Trump, I want to see that. Right? Will Jay-Z talk against Trump? He's very influential. No. Because his guy from the person in Rock Nation, one of the main people in charge, got pardoned by Donald Trump. Right? Remember that. The lady who's in charge, what Jay-Z put in charge, was pardoned by Donald J. Trump. So undercoverly, Mr. Jay-Z supports Trump, or he can't say nothing against Trump. So that 4-hour interview, did this guy ask any political questions? Maybe they went through it. You say, hey, guy, you can't say anything about Trump. Don't ask Jay-Z about Trump at all. He understands power levels. Yes, Jay-Z's not dumb. Jay-Z's smart, yo. Jay-Z's smart, yo. Sean Carter. He's smart. He ain't even no fool. But I'm wondering if they asked him that question. I just want to know. Did that guy ask that question? You remember, I noticed it's a guy I never seen before. So he's like, gotta play nice. I don't want to piss off Jay-Z. This is my first biggest interview with the icon Jay-Z. I'm not pissing off Jay-Z. So I'm not gonna talk about anything like that. Right? You guys agree? He's saying, I'm not talking about the interviewer. I'm not bringing up that stuff to Jay Z. Hell no. Hell no. Let me go get a drink. Let me get a drink. I got my drink. Dang. So I'm putting this out for the record, man. That putting this out for the record. Make the record show that this is the big campaign, a big campaign to get in people's brain. Right? Big campaign to get in people's brain. So it says GQ, he's on GQ. So this is a whole media stuff, man. Sean Carter on 30 years of Jay-Z. Because he's celebrating the anniversary of Reasonable Doubt. He's celebrating the anniversary of that. That's what he's doing. Talking about his family. We don't see anything spicy. He's talking about the lawsuit, what Busby tried to put on him. Right? Talking about John Doe. After previously slamming as a money grab, Jay-Z talks about 2024 grape lawsuit against him and why he refused to pay. So he refused to pay. He's smart. If you pay, you look guilty. If you pay, you look guilty. So both men denied the allegations. We know that. What else did he do? Statement called out the alleged victim's lawyer. I remember that. Yep. What else? Now, over a year later, Jay has discussed the lawsuit again in a rare interview with GQ, saying he was really heartbroken. So it's GQ. GQ interview. Don't know who the hell the guy is. After being asked to reflect on his 2025, he began by saying that he found it really hard. I was heartbroken. I'm glad we got right to that so we could just get that out the way. He said, we're in a space now where it's almost like consequences is not thought about enough because everything is so instant. You know what I'm saying? So he's talking about social media. He's talking about social media. Continuing on the topic of consequences or the apparent lack of thereof, he said that the whole lawsuit thing, that ish took a lot of me. I was angry and I haven't been angry in a long time. Uncontrollable anger. That means he was frigging shit up. You don't put that on somebody yet. We know, Jay-Z. He's saying that the rules, he's saying all types of stuff. But Beyonce was probably very hurt. You probably seen her crying and stuff like that. Elsewhere in the GQ interview, Jay discussed the support he received behind the scenes when the lawsuit was bubbling up, saying, I also got to see how people felt about me, especially people that were close to me. That's why he reflects with Drake. He kind of sees that with Drake because they were calling him PDF. He also talked about how the lawsuit impacted his personal and professional. He's talking about his wife and professional relationships and why he wasn't willing to pay. Okay. I can't take a settlement. It ain't in my DNA. He said, first of all, first I had to tell my wife, let's back up. I know the weight that this is going to. Yeah, he's talking about his wife. What else? So it's 4 hours. So he must have talked about other shit. Talking about his daughter. Okay, the full interview. Yeah, I don't want to watch the full interview. Can't be 4 hours. That must be a lie. That can't be a 4 hour interview, right? Can't be a 4 hour interview. But they're claiming it's that long, right? Let's see how long. Let me see how long it is. Let's see how long this interview is. Because it's crazy. 4 hours? What are you asking him? Are you asking him about all his albums? Okay, his difficult year, accepting Combs. Yeah, yeah. Blackmail, GQ, Grammy winning artists address the toll of the lawsuit. Yeah, yeah. We know the whole lawsuit. So he's really, that lawsuit took a toll on him. It hurt his armor, man. I had a feeling the whole Epstein thing probably pissed him off too when they brought up the Epstein file stuff. Jaguar Wright wasn't helping. Jaguar was egging it on. She was talking about it constantly. That girl would not stop talking about it, Jaguar. Right? Jaguar kept bringing it up every minute. She's talking about it. He did threaten her though. I know he did threaten her. Threatened to sue her. Now she's locked up in prison. Right? Now she's locked up. Oh no, no, not in prison. Think in jail. Prison's too much. But Jaguar Wright now, where are you? She replied to me too. She actually replied to me when on a post. She was on an interview and I put a comment. I said, yo, you just looking for attention and money. Then she said she's gonna reply with some paperwork. I remember that. She said she's gonna reply with me with paperwork about Jay-Z. Where is it? Where is it, Jaguar? And now she's crying about content makers making fun of her, screwing up her life. You screwed up yourself by talking about all these different people and saying Jay-Z's doing this and Jay-Z done something to you. You have lost a lot of your support system. You look like a damn liar now. Bless up, OG Kicks. She was claiming all types of stuff, saying Jay-Z done this and Jay-Z done that, right? Now what? Now what's going on? What's going on, Jaguar? You can't even afford bail. You can't even afford bail. Worry about yourself. You got skeletons in your closet, right? Why is she in jail, right? That's a good question. You know what? Besides Jay-Z, because I know about Jay-Z, why he's stressed and everything, she's part of it. She claims she had sex with Jay-Z, right? Why is she in jail? Jaguar? Let me see. It's interesting. Jag, right? The one who was the main person, one of the main people who was talking about. She got Puff Daddy right, but she didn't get this right. Oh, she has a GoFundMe. Terrible. Give up. Jaguar Wright is currently facing legal issues following her arrest on the theft charges in 2024. Yeah, he screwed with Jay-Z. Now look. She has launched a GoFundMe campaign to cover the legal bills, raising nearly $700 from donations. You tell me all those interviews you don't have no money? Wright has been the target of intense online harassment and claims to be seeking support to hire a lawyer, a private investigator to clear her name and hold those responsible. So she's looking for a money grab. What a... You get what I mean? She's looking for a money grab all of a sudden. Who she want to go after? Academics? World Star? Is she going after those people? Academics and World Star? And all these other people? You talked about Jay-Z. This is the girl. Jaguar Wright was the one who was one of the main pushers of Jay-Z being involved in all these scandals. You really got to Beyonce though. Jaguar Wright launches GoFundMe. Where's the paperwork, Jaguar? What you're gonna send me? Where's the paperwork of Jay-Z doing all this stuff? She was hoping the Epstein files would grow. Now they kind of quiet down that. So now, where is it? Where is it, Jaguar? Don't see nothing. Don't hear anything. She's a liar. I put money on it. She's a liar. And this was part of Jay-Z's stress. Majority of the interview that they're promoting right now, they're talking about how stressed he was. And I can't believe it's 4 hours though. I can't believe most of the interview with Jay-Z is talking how stressed he was. Right? He's talking about the situation, basically saying he had problems with his wife. Right? She was right. It's not, anybody could have brought that up with Diddy, right? Anybody could have brought that stuff up with Diddy, not just her. People think she's some psychic. She has some insider information. She's in the industry. She sees shit, but she doesn't know, right? She's doing a GoFundMe right now. I'm still waiting for that paper. Well, she can't even supply that right now. I'm still waiting for that paperwork. I'm still waiting for the paperwork. This girl is psychotic. She's crazy. She is crazy. When you see somebody like this who's known, actually very big, and she responds to anybody with some type of intelligence, you don't even have to be the biggest person. This shows you she has some guilt. She's hoping people go with her narrative that Jay-Z's been involved in all this sick shit with no proof, right? So now she's suffering and nobody cares. GoFundMe, $700 she made for a GoFundMe. Jaguar Wright breaks silence on Diddy sentencing. Okay, who gives a shit? How much money did he get from that? Jaguar? Diddy threatens Jaguar Wright from prison for exposing horrible secret. That's 3 weeks ago. She's all over the damn place. And she can't afford to come out of this theft thing? Whatever she stole, I don't know what she stole. But she's in jail or something, Jaguar Wright. You're playing with Jay-Z, that's what's gonna happen. Bad energy. Bad energy. But Jay-Z right now is the biggest distraction right now, man. It's a big distraction and it's sad. You know, when you see something, what some people don't see, it's kind of irritating because you're telling people, yo, this is happening. They're using this whole media thing, which you should know, Jay-Z talking right now, because it's a big surprise to distract people from the real important issues. Everybody wants to hear what Jay-Z got to say. He's been so quiet for so long. He's been involved in so much um, stuff on social media, so they want to know. That's what's going on. So they want to know what's he been involved in. What's his opinions about beef? What's his opinions about hip hop right now? That's what everybody wants to know. What Jay-Z's opinions are. What does he believe? But one thing Mr. Man's gonna be quiet about is politics. He's gonna be careful about talking about any politics because if he talks about politics, it'll affect his money, right? So the main things he's spotlighting, he's walking it, on eggshells. He's just talking about his situation, which I'm surprised he's talking about personal issues, saying that his family, he was very angry, uncontrollably angry, but he didn't come out doing any lawsuits, maybe some threats, but he was saying he was very angry, meaning he wanted to do something to people. That's what I see through that. Jay-Z wanted to do something to some people. He wanted to really do something because it's mentioned more than one time how he was very angry, right? He almost didn't attend his daughter's movie premiere with his wife. So him and his wife probably been going back and forth about all this stuff. This nasty, well, let me just say it right. Jaguar Wright, she even claimed she slept with Jay-Z. She claimed Jay-Z done something to her. Then she went back and said no. So who gives a F about Jaguar Wright? Right? Because what I'm saying is no lie. She's been talking about Jay-Z constantly. Constantly for a couple years. She's been talking about Jay-Z. It's not helping her. You see, karma. Now you're locked up and you can't even $700. $700 GoFundMe. You can't even afford a lawyer. And you were in the industry? No friends in the industry? No royalties off your music? Nothing? All the YouTube content and interviews? Nothing? Jaguar. That's terrible. Music, no money. Interviews, no money. And she's going to get a GoFundMe to get a lawyer. All the supporters, Jaguar supporters, I'm doing this for her. She needs some money. She needs you guys to give her some more money for the GoFundMe stuff so she could come out. But how much people want to give Jaguar Wright money? I swear there's people who support her. She's been talking about Jay-Z, right? So all the people who hate Jay-Z is going to go, you guys should be funding Jaguar Wright. Why don't you guys build that up to a couple thousand? Because it's only 700 so far. Maybe it's 1,000 right now. But why don't you guys build that up to a couple thousand, what Jaguar Wright has been doing for the GoFundMe, right? So Jay-Z right now, like I said, he had this interview on GQ magazine, this unknown guy interviewing her, unknown to me. I mean, interviewing him, Jay-Z, unknown to me. And I'm hearing it's a 4-hour interview. Frig this Jaguar, right? I swear she does something like black magic or some shit like that. Jay-Z's new interview. Can't be 4 hours. I refuse to believe it's 4 hours, man. 4 hours long? For what? And if it is, it's for a distraction. GQ magazine. Yeah, man. Let's see. Might play the audio, people. Let me see. I guess I gotta see what's going on. How long it is. I'm gonna see how long it is, and then I'm gonna play the audio for you guys. Tell me if you can hear it. Okay, so let me get it going. Let's get it going.
Everything. A lot. Most people go through their things, very privately. He took it on tour, live, every night.
A whole bunch of shit.
So healing. Go fucking Jay-Z. Respectfully. Or, for what? To what end?
I'm gonna bring it in more where he's getting more deep, He's getting more deep into talking, Jay-Z.
Oh, wow. Not out like that, but, I said energy. Like the energy.
Tell me if you guys could hear it.
You see the energy. Yeah. I was thinking about how you described last year as being angry and for the first time in a while.
Let me know if you guys could hear it.
What it felt like to be pulled back into that feeling and how you pulled yourself out or how you leaned on the people around you.
This is the Jay-Z new interview.
I needed the people around me more than ever. Because usually when I have that feeling, I would just make music and it's be therapeutic. I'll be able to upload it out. Yeah. And I would be like, I'll move on. I had to sit in that for a long time. And luckily I had that. And again, I built this circle that's really safe for me of people
you hear that
really love me, not using me, and really care for my best interests. So I was able to have that in the time, the most crucial time for me. Yeah. Especially people that were close to me.
Jay-Z speaking.
So when those type of things happen, people run. They don't care what happened. They don't care. They just save yourself. Yeah. So I have partners. I've had big deals.
And it's not no 4-hour interview. It's like a half an hour.
And I can't get rid of it. I can't take a settlement. Yeah. It ain't in my DNA. Craving time.
So you hear that? And I swear it's only like a half an hour. Who see all this stuff how they put out is 4-hour interview. And unless I'm missing something, I'm gonna go back to him speaking, people. Let's keep this. Watch out.
It ain't even in me. I couldn't. I know what this is gonna.
Please subscribe. Bring up the likes.
Our family. I can't do it. The makeup, I would die. It would have been cheaper, yes. Cheaper, quicker.
You hear that?
Move on with your life. was like a testament because people know me. Like, I know who you are, and that's impossible. And not only we standing by you, but what do you need?
Yeah. What did you kind of do to come back from that personally or emotionally, I guess?
I'm still working with that. That's a great question. I'm still dealing with that.
He's still dealing with it. That's how he's saying. He's still dealing with a lot of stuff, Jay-Z. So it's not over. He's been angry.
That was amazing. You know, because on the first tour, you know, there was a lot of conversation around her first performance, and she worked really hard to get to that point, but she still wasn't going for it. She still was like going through the motions, and then after that, she just started going for it. Like,
I don't know if it's his wife he's talking about.
I saw her fight, maybe for the first time in her life, like fighting back. You know, like not everything is just given to her, and everything is easy. She had to fight for that. She fought for it.
Talking about his wife.
And to see her do the amount of work, she's almost on every number.
Yeah.
I had to take her off physically on some number. Like, man, you can't be on that stage where she's singing, you know, 6-inch heels. You crazy? That's never gonna happen. You know, like it was like that. It was like
it's the first time I'm seeing Jay-Z kind of really show his emotions in the interview.
That's a lot of you know, choreography to remember. She was 13 at the time. That's a lot. And she was nailing it. She was going crazy. That's what's up. Yeah. Jack Blue was a crazy pianist.
Oh, he's talking about his daughter. He's talking about his daughter. That's his daughter, not his wife. Correct me.
Just like fun. She don't want to do
people, please like, subscribe.
But when she has a perfect pitch. Anything. If she hears a song, she'll be like, play it again.
Blue Ivy he's talking about.
Like, she would teach herself. She'll find the notes, and then she's all playing it. That's just talent. Because we tell her, like, that's not normal, right? But she's just like, no, I just want to play. I enjoy playing. Let me just play.
I don't think no political question is going to ask.
She worked at this, and it makes me proud that she fought for something that she really wanted to do. I don't think we're going to be able to get off that stage now.
Pop out like when you want to, you record when you want to, like you're not in that stricture of...
Yeah, I think 404 released a lot.
This guy's kind of nervous interviewing Jay, of course.
It's still hard I can't even listen to 404.
Talking about his last album, can't even listen to it.
It's the album that I was always afraid to make. You know what I mean? Like, you think about, like, man, I want to make an album that's just like pure and just like vulnerable and just like the real...
I'm going to get to the real meat. I want to hear the real deal what this guy's saying, man. The real deal of what he's saying, man. Let's hear that.
I think, like, the last couple albums he's put out, I noticed your name in the liner notes a lot, too. Like, I can kind of picture you, like, in the studio pulling my Unicorn as the uniform you put on, you know?
Yeah, but, again, it's that energy. Like, I know what she's trying to accomplish. And anything that...
Talking about his family, man. I don't want to hear respect to Jay, but I want to hear what his opinions on the state of entertainment.
Supported.
It's like, I'm not like, I didn't pick like the indie artist that I really like from Portland. The #1 streamed artist in the world. Him.
It's crazy that I think last year was still like the first solo rap act, which is crazy to say that last year was that. Was it a hard one to get across the board?
Not without conversations that was like dated.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Jay-Z speaking.
Like you said, the stats show Kendrick broke the audience record.
Yeah.
It's not
he's saying he picked Kendrick because of the stats and his accolades. Question about the Drake stuff.
Right? Obviously, other artists would be offended.
Yeah.
But I think that was the right choice.
As a rapper, first and foremost, and being one of the pillars of contemporary rap, I would have to imagine that you had a special kick out of watching that show, though, in particular.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And I thought it was brave. I thought what he did was brave.
All right. He talks a lot. He's talking. Like I said, this is a distraction from all the bigger, important issues. What's going on? I gave you a little audio of Mr. Sean Carter speaking about, his experiences with all these allegations or what he been through 2025. This is like a campaign for him doing those shows in Philadelphia with the Roots. So this is a campaign for the anniversary of Reasonable Doubt. So that's why he has done this interview with GQ. Nobody else. GQ, nobody else. So he's doing a trend right now that probably Drake is going to take that step. I don't think Drake's going to go on to any urban podcast platform. He's going to do this route like Jay-Z going on GQ. He's done streams and shit, Drake, but he's going to take this route, I think, right? But people from his own city are wondering when he's going to do something in his own city. But yeah, Sean Carter, Jay-Z, 100% a distraction. Much respect for your interview. It's not 4 hours. It's about a half an hour or so. A half an hour, 35 minutes and 46 seconds interview, GQ, with an unknown journalist, never heard of before. A young guy he probably picked or they picked to interview Jay. And he's probably not going to ask certain questions. It's all about the hip hop, making him speak about what he wants to speak about. And it's a campaign. Certain things they might make it look like it's more authentic, but this guy has been told what to ask Jay-Z, and definitely not no political questions. Definitely nothing about Donald Trump. Yeah. So this is the stuff. What right now? You go on Instagram. It's the biggest story. Jay-Z speaks. That's what's going to get the viral moment now. But people still are interested in big, more important world topic issues. It is. But right now, that's taking a backseat to this. So it's kind of crazy, like the algorithm, especially on YouTube, what's going to happen in the next couple of days. Be interesting, right? I'm going to try tonight. I'll try. There's a big Jay-Z algorithm out there. I'll try, right? I'll see whatever's going on, right? I'll see what story is the biggest story out there, but I will try to do something because it's hard beating this algorithm. Jay-Z speaking for the first time in a long time. That's hard to beat. That's a hard to beat algorithm. I don't know how you're gonna beat that algorithm because, like I said, his face is plastered everywhere. People are reviewing this interview, this GQ interview. People are talking how Jay Z was very angry for those allegations against him. More stuff is gonna come out. More people are gonna use this as an opportunity to talk about Jay Z. I'll admit, I'm talking about Jay Z right now. And like I said, it's part of the algorithm, right? And it's the daytime. It's about what, 2:14, and yeah, right now is about the time the algorithm really goes up. This is gonna make, especially a lot of Americans. Sorry to say, I'm gonna straight up say it. Black Americans black out all of that war shit. This is what they use. They use the 50 Cent beef with T.I. That was still going on, but now you're going to use the whole Jay-Z algorithm. They're using hip hop to distract people, right? Especially a certain demographic. They're using other media right now to distract even the people who are not into hip hop. They're using other media to distract people from the war. And that's the ICE. The ICE situation in the airports, that's definitely a big distraction for the war overseas. No protesting against the war. They got you guys. There was protesting against the ICE. They may protest more against the ICE because it's actually affecting Americans physically, and they see them physically doing things in America. So that is what the focus is on. They're talking about racial issues in regards to the ICE agents, that the black ICE agents don't really want to do their work because they see what's going on. So that conflict is building up. You're going to hear about more racial issues in regards to the ICE. So this whole Jay-Z stuff, good work. Good work, media. And yesterday, blocking my stream at least 3 times because it would have been a good stream yesterday. All right? Good work doing it 3 times. And today, because it's the day, I don't know if I caught them off guard, but the stream's been going good all of a sudden. But people, please subscribe, like, comment, all that good stuff. I'm out.